Hello guys, here we are with a new tutorial. Well, really it's just an updated tutorial. This is my Zombie Pigman Farm 2.0. And I came up with this design, but I'm sure it's really similar to virtually, well, not virtually every design, but a lot of designs that are out there. So no, I didn't copy anyone, but it's probably very similar to other people's designs. Because I mean, it's a pretty simple design. I'm sure other people have thought of it. So anyway, the first thing we're going to teach is the spawning pads. And as you can see, I've already built 3 right here, one here, and one here stacked on top of the first one. So I'm going to show you how to build a spawning pad. But before I show you exactly how to build it, I'm going to show you exactly where to build it. And that is, your feet should be on Y157 for the first spawning pad. Alright, that's very important because they need to have enough space to fall, and you need to have enough space down there to build that collection thing. So as you do that, you build your first layer, but since I've already built these first 2 layers, I'm going to show you how to build a layer right on top of this. So first things first, well, replace that, is that you are going to want to build, and these are on the right layer, good. You're going to want to build your spawning spaces. Now I'm going to have 10 on each of these for right now. Really, you can make this however long you want. And then you're going to want to place pistons right along the backside right here. Ooh, one too many there. So then you're going to need to place a block right here. It should be relative to the spawning pads. It needs to be 1 over, well, 2 over, and then 1 up. Then you place a tripwire hook on that. Then you are going to want to place string all along here. Now it has to be diagonally 1 up and above the piston, instead of being on the ground and then the piston's up 1. It's better for your overall efficiency. And I will explain why that is. It's all about the way Minecraft mobs spawn. Is that if they have a lot of air blocks around their feet level, they spawn more frequently. It's really weird how they coded mob spawning in this game. But anyway, after you've placed your string going all along this line right here, then you are going to want to come along and do this. Place solid blocks just in a little loop from around the tripwire hooks over your pistons and back towards the other loop right here. Then you want to place redstone right along on top of this. Don't forget any of them. And right here you will have a partially functional spawn pad. But from here you want to place half slabs on top of all of your redstone so pigmen don't spawn on the redstone. And then you are going to want to place half slabs right on top, right 2 above these spawning pads, so there's a 2 high space here exactly. So don't do it like this. It needs to be on the bottom half, so the pigmen can't jump at all. Well, I mean, even if, well, I guess it would work if you did it like this, but I'm saying do it like this, so follow what I'm doing, because I know what I'm doing. And you don't need to have a half slab on this spot right here. This spot right here does not need a half slab, because this down here is going to be a half slab. Hang on. Oh, whoops, I think I made this layer 11 long, I think, instead of 10. Yeah, down here is shorter. Yeah, don't do this when you're making your spawn pads. Well, that's mistakes embarrassing. Here you go. I'm going to actually go ahead and fix that, because that's just awkward. But fortunately, my mistake is easy to fix, even though that's a really embarrassing mistake to make in the tutorial, so just ignore it, pretend I didn't do that. I just made that one too long, and you do not need a half slab in this layer like I was saying. Because, you know, mobs can't spawn here because they can't spawn on tripwire hooks. So anyway, once you've made sure that all the blocks that a mob could spawn on are covered, then you have completed your spawning pad. So as you can see, we'll just pretend I'm a little zombie pigman. I spawn right here, and then I get pushed off down here. So then, I will now show you the next step of this project. Here we are, guys. This is the collection area for when your pigmen fall from above, they land in this little tray. Now, I just realized I derped up again, and I built this whole spawning pad one block to the right, or possibly this one block to the left. Either way, these don't line up perfectly. What you want to do is make sure that these two blocks right here will line up perfectly with your spawning tray. Here, let me just go down a little bit farther here. Here we are, we're at the bottom. Now what you want to happen is, ideally, you would want that to line up like this. But as you can tell, I built it wrong, and they don't line up quite right. That meaning that, yeah, those are off too far that way, or possibly this is too far this way. Either way, when you're actually building this, don't do that. Make sure this lines up right. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this quartz, because it is not necessary. In fact, it would be counterproductive to leave all this quartz in. That was just for demonstration purposes only. Anyway, pigmen are going to fall from down there, and if you've built this right, unlike me, they will fall and splat and die right in here. Now, right under these half slabs are hoppers. You can see with this hopper configuration, let's see if I can get a good angle here. All these hoppers are pointing towards each other, going down this line this way, and all of these hoppers are pointing into a hopper in this line right here. So I'll just get a good view on that. There you go. So anyway, these hoppers go down the line until they get to this sorting system. Now I admit this sorting system is imperfect, but it is a functional sorting system, and you can probably tweak this to make it better. And actually, if you can make the sorting system better and you make a tutorial on how to make a better sorting system like I have here, I might make it a approved video response to this video. There you go, you can get some free publicity, but only if yours is functional and better than the one that I have here. So anyway, as the drops come over this way, what this device does is it filters out zombie meat and then burns it in lava. And then the golden nuggets will just pass through here and go into whatever storage system you build over this way. This is just a little example one I built with these chests. Anyway, here you have a hopper that is facing towards no block. Very important that this hopper does not face a block. Here you can see it's just facing an air block right here. Now it's facing this quartz block. It can't face like this dispenser or this dropper or anything. It must be facing an air block, or just a solid block. Nothing that it can put its zombie meat into. And then below that you must have another hopper, and then this one faces into a dropper. Now this dropper then it drops it into lava. You can have the lava below the dropper if you want, whatever, that's not important. Anyway, then what you want to do is configure 18 zombie meat in this spot, and then 1 zombie meat in each of these other spots. This is important so it can only suck up any zombie meat that comes into this hopper above it. So this way it sucks out any zombie meat before it can get to your storage system. So, once you do that, you put a comparator right here, and then 2 blocks of redstone, or 2 redstone wires. That's very important that it is 2. It will only work if it's 2. And then you want to have a repeater right here. This repeater basically just keeps this torch from burning out. And then this torch comes down here and connects to this hopper down here, keeping it from sucking out all of this rotten flesh. Then another one of it comes over here and gets inverted just like this. And then it will come into this redstone right here, this repeater right here set to 1 tick, this one set to 4 ticks, these 2 redstone which then connected again to this redstone torch right here, which powers this hopper, which has any kind of item in it. I chose a block of glowstone, and this is just a basic item hopper clock. What's happening here is that this hopper is facing this hopper, and this hopper is facing this hopper. So basically, when this torch turns off, this glowstone block will alternate in between these 2 hoppers rapidly. And then whenever it is in this hopper, this comparator will light up, send its signal through this block and into this dropper, which will launch a piece of zombie meat into the lava. And it's important to have this block here, because otherwise this hopper would get powered from this comparator, and you don't want that. So anyway, that's just how the that system works, and that's how this system works, and that system works. And so, to actually make use of this system, you will want to build probably just a cobblestone ladder that goes all the way up 24 blocks above whatever your tallest spawning pad is. Because you can just keep building these things that just go all the way up to the sky limit. Then you can just AFK on your little tower. All the pigmen will spawn, they'll die, and you'll get lots of gold. And you can just leave your game running overnight if you want. Anyway, in case you didn't notice, we are on the roof of the Nether. Just this is where you are going to want to build this. If you don't know how to get up here, there I've got my Nether portal. Since you are probably going to build this in survival, I'll tell you how to get up here. What you want to do is find a piece of bedrock, well, a spot where the bedrock is 1 thick. And bedrock is 1 thick where your feet are at Y125, or your head is at Y126. And then you're going to want to grab an ender pearl and jump up here and ender pearl and throw an ender pearl while you're jumping. And then you can glitch through this block onto the ceiling. And when you're up here, you're going to want to bring obsidian and a lighter with you, so you can build another portal so you can get back. Because you don't really want to get stuck up here. If you get stuck up here, then you have to die, and then that's just unpleasant. So, that concludes this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it educational. And good luck building these things. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. And don't forget, if you can build an improved version of this thing, I might just make it an approved video response. The only problem with this thing is that sometimes zombie flesh builds up inside this dropper. That's because this clock doesn't tick fast enough to how fast this hopper puts items into the dropper. But if you can fix that, I'll probably make you an approved video response. Well, I'll make your video an approved video response. Oh, just one last note. Yeah, build a lot of these spawning pads. Build them as high as you possibly can, if possible. So, bye.